It's like I freaking pick up everybody else's fear.
Oh.
All right, let's do this. It says I'm not getting enough. It always says I'm not getting enough. Yeah, well, if somebody would give me more, then maybe I would have enough, huh? Hello, welcome to my tube. My name is Margie. I'm Heyoka Empath. I like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Just brought the garbage can in. I'm having a hard day. I'm having a very, very difficult day. I speak about this. You know, I openly speak about my emotions and feelings, and people still just watch. I can't be a bystander. I got a couple out of 954. I got 2 that care. Maybe 5. You know, there's 8 million people, 7 billion people is what they're telling us, is what the numbers they tell, the numbers they, let's talk about they for a little while, should we? They, the people that say, that can't change their own tire, that have degrees like political science degrees. What the fuck is poli-sci? What is political science? Politics aren't a science. Psychology, it's a science. So, you know, but poli-sci, it's a reindeer game, man. It's who's in charge and how they feel that day and what they have over on the next guy. Yeah, you seeing it yet? Are people seeing it yet? So, I got real uncomfortable this morning. I did get to go in and meditate for about 45 minutes. I still was getting all riled up, though, because it kept pausing. It kept pausing, you know. You don't get what you pay for. Internet service. You know, just don't get what you pay. So many people are like, let's rely on technology. Did you see? Did everybody see? The muskrat wants to implant microchips in people's brains by the end of the year. Yeah, the muskrat. Dude is not a good man. He's not a good man. So go ahead and keep buying his fucking Teslas and endorsing and supporting men that are not good. You know? He could have fucking, it's an ego. He watched too much TV when he was a kid. And he's the bad guy. And he didn't do all this stuff himself. Let's not get it twisted, folks. That man has not earned his fortune. He came from fortune. He came from it. He inherited it by not doing anything. But they all love him. The false for profits. Yeah, I saw that article earlier. When was it posted? Maybe I still... Nope, don't have it either. It's gone. I know I got that screenshot. That pisses me off. So, in the world of more misappropriation of funds, you know, there's billions of dollars floating around. There's millions of dollars floating around. There's billions of dollars floating around. All for just for people to take. All for the taking. All you got to do is have a good idea. That's all you got to do. And then you could just be a millionaire just like all these other millionaires. Right? Look what they're doing in Oregon. This is what they're doing with their fucking stimulus packages. Their billions of dollars that went out and stimulate the economy. Yeah? This is what they're doing. 153. They just exploded. They detonated. Crew implodes portion of Oregon. It's a state football. It's state football. It's not even pro football. There's homeless people all over Oregon. They're everywhere. There's people living in tents on on-ramps, off-ramps, everywhere, wherever people can find a place. 153 million renovation for the Reser Stadium. That's the madness. That's the madness. So, stressors. I want to talk about stressors a little bit. And how they, life is stressful as it is. Life is stressful as it is when people don't put a bunch of freaking toxins into your body by way of shots. I didn't take any of these. I will never take another. See, that's the thing. I was crying to Mom this morning. I was like, Mom, I don't know if I can do this without taking prescription drugs because my endocrine system is fried. And if people understood what your endocrine system wants, that is your fight or flight. I am constantly in a state of trying not to fight. Constantly. And it was just because I wanted a college degree. I went into the Air Force. They gave me 6 anthrax vax for no fucking reason. And it's just freaking fried. It's just shorted me out. And then we were the test people, see? We were the test people. Now they're rolling out to everybody. Now you're going to see your friends that got it. They're going to freaking start acting like in a way that you don't understand. You know? I'm just under a lot of stress because I got like 6 months to find another place for me and Mom. And it's just, I know it's different. We're under better circumstances now than we were when this happened a year ago. I only had like a month and a half, you know, and then I go on the news and on the media and I see how mother of 4, you know, living in her car, you know, getting her kids ready, you know, and I'm just like, dude, they don't care about kids. Nobody's going to care about me and Mom. It's getting cold out there, man. You know? It's getting cold. And my own brother, you see, that's the thing. Politicians, they don't care about their own family. They don't, I mean, unless you act how they want you to act. Unless you act how they want you to act. And I've never acted how people want me to act. That's why I'm not so new thing. We both got sad about sass, and we just danced. We got up and we put on my favorite album, which is Sacred Spirit, Chants and Dances of Native Americans. And we just danced around, and both of us felt better pretty quick, huh, Ma? It did help, huh? You know, you got to keep moving. You know, I want to live a joyful life, man, but the freaking universe keeps throwing stuff at me, and I got to deal with it, and I don't get to be joyful when I deal with stuff, because it doesn't help when people are like, you know, I go places for healing, and they're like, oh, well, we believe that all you got to do is think, just think your way, you know, and I'm just like, that don't work for everybody, man, that don't work for everybody. I am noticing more practitioners, spiritual practitioners, you know, those that are here to help, the light workers that are here to help the frequency of the vibrational frequency of this planet raise, right, and help in healing. Notice how many of them are going to paid membership required. Yeah, membership required. You know, it's in paid membership required for inclusion. It's more of the same, man. It's more of the same. This world ain't for me. This world is definitely not for me, and it's becoming less comfortable for sensitives like me. See, I've always been sensitive. I've always been one of those sensitive types, and the older I get, the more sensitive, you know, and I never put a bunch of shit in my body. I did drink for 13 years. I was an alcoholic, so I did do some damage to myself that way, but I never been like big on like candy and sweets and all that stuff, you know, fast food. I haven't had a Subway sandwich for probably 12 years since they employed a dog killer and a freaking that dude that was running a pedo wing at the ring at his university. Just come on, man. People got to do better. I hear God works through people, but when I look around on the planet right now, man, I don't think it's the God like Jesus Christ, God that I believe in, that is working through these people. I don't think it's. I think they're just completely being driven and run by their ego. That's what it feels like. Because I know what it's like. I know what it looks like. I know what it is like to run from. I did it that whole time I was drinking. I did it. I just live for me, you know. But this world isn't for me. It's not just about me. You know, it's not about, the individual needs to realize that this incarnation it's about learning lessons and not making the same mistakes over and over and over again. I make all new ones. It's getting uncomfortable. And when people have a support system, dude, if I had like buddies, I wouldn't be as nutty. If I had a buddy, I wouldn't be as nutty. It's people, I get my strength, my energy from other people, from exchanging ideas and stuff like that. And I give as good as I take, so I'm not a vampire, see, because I give too. And I don't know how to find people like me. I've been looking my whole life. I don't know where they're at. And I'm only getting more sensitive, but the good news is other people are joining me, right? And their sensitivity. But I know what to do. I meditated, and Mom and I danced, and we got tools in our toolbox. It's just this. It's like I'm feeling the collective energy. I can't go on the internet at all. And I did. This is a good point. This is important for the people that want to escape, because I'm one of them. If you can at all relate to me, I'm in a lot of pain every day, physical pain. My pain, I have chronic pain, my spine, just all over, my feet, just everything hurts all the time. But it don't matter, because I got to keep going, right? So I take the cannabis flower and I toast it, and I make butter, and I make cookies. I don't even like to smoke much, like the older I get, because I don't like smoke. It's all toxins. I don't like doing that. So I realized, telling Mom, I said, Mom, I can't do the medicine for a while, because I'm hurting emotionally. And see, physical pain, it helps. It helps a lot with my physical pain, but when my emotions are as raw as they are, I can't do it, because I have to deal with my emotions, and that's what people don't do. They don't deal with their emotions. They don't handle them. They don't nurture themselves, give yourself, go through all that tough love, do all that stuff. They don't do that. They just do things to make themselves feel better. Drinking, drugs, alcohol. So now, for the next however, little while, that I am going to just keep my system completely clean of all medicines and whatnot, I get to experience the physical pain. And for people, I don't like to tell people, how they feel, what they feel, I've never once in my life said, well, you can think your way into better living, like I can think above my pain when my spine is crushing nerves. I can rise above, huh? Wow. They must be really, really gifted human beings. If they, they never had any back pain. Oh, they don't have the same experience. Oh, that's it. That's what it is people that haven't gone through shit or have read some books on how other people went through some shit. So now they know, that's what all freaking college educations are, man. That's all educations are, is you read books that other people write and collect that data and put it on a paper to just prove that you're a parrot, and you do it good enough where the teacher likes what you had to say, and then you'll get a good mark. But if you're a bad parrot, you'll get a bad mark. So yeah, I can't be on internet. I can't for the next, because I just get too fired up. I get too worked up, and I'm feeling I'm feeling the collective angst. Yeah, some of us exist, and that you don't have that experience. Yeah, you're not gonna understand it. People that haven't had like consecutive struggles in life, year after year after year. I saw on this morning, it's one of the things that triggered me, is someone was like, I wish these people would wake up. And I said to the girl, I'm like, what, were you born awake? I said, what was your wake up? 9/11? Did you know right off the bat that it was done to America by America? I did, and I was in the Air Force. Yeah. I knew it. As soon as I saw the towers fall at 10:30 that night, because I didn't know they fell till 10:30. As soon as I was like, that's a controlled demolition. And anybody that ever freaking grew up watching freaking Sesame Street recognizes what a controlled demolition is. You know? But see, too many people live in advantage of these gross, seedy, dark systems. Too many people do. You know, and I don't care what I'm really trying to live locally, but I can't find, there's a rally tomorrow, but I'm not going because freaking Lilith is in Gemini and tomorrow is going to be a highly potent day. And that's from Marge astrology. She said it. It's not anything that I know. I just listen to her and I appreciate her opinion. So tomorrow's going to be one of those days that I'm not going to go out and hold my sign that says, when has the government ever said anything true? Because that pisses people off, especially when you live in a small town and everybody that has anything is related to the government. Yeah, there's homeless people all over here too. There's a Facebook group. There's a Facebook group called... Oh, wait, I asked if I could read this. I wonder if this girl would let me read it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to read this. This is a post that I saw. This isn't the page that I was initially talking about. The page that I was initially talking about is affordable housing for Taos. But there is no really affordable housing around here. So I don't know if Mom and I are even actually going to get to stay around here, which kind of makes me sad. But this life is just borrowed anyway. I don't get to keep anything that's ever presented to me, even if it's anyway. So this is a woman named Mandy in Redding Rants and Raves, where people can go and vent, because I have... Luna, you be nice. No, she's pissy. She's growling. Come on, dogs. And this is showing me that all these systems are coming down. The government, all these bailouts for all these companies, and and more of this stuff happens. She's like, I've been trying for over a year, actually more, like 3 years, okay, to obtain enrollment in the VA caregiver program. My husband is 100% totally and permanently disabled. All service connected. Mine are all service connected too. I'm only at 50%, but shoot, they don't even answer the phone at the VA in New Mexico. They don't answer and they don't call you back, but they are still collecting paychecks. I wonder how many people are employed at the VA system in each state that don't answer the phone. Totally and permanently disabled, all service connected. It has been since he retired in 2017 that he is very forward about this, so I feel it is safe to share. They have consistently been denying us over and over again, despite support from physicians of our enrollment. I am so frustrated. Our most recent appeal seems to have been in process for months. Once the deadline I'd been informed of passed mid-last month, I've heard nothing. I have left several emails with so-called caregiver support program at Mather, and I try to limit once a weekly, and nobody ever calls back. But they're still getting paychecks, and I bet they're all really fat too, because they're gluttons, because they're hogs, resource hogs. You take everything and you don't spill it out to the people, your constituents, the people that you're supposed to help, and the cracks of society get wider. So we get more of this, and we get more single mothers living in their cars, and we get more of it, right? But hey, it's cool, because as soon as the economy crashes, then we could just go freaking, because the banks aren't going to care, right? So all these big old freaking $1 million houses, they're free for the taking, right? Right? And just live there, right? That's what the lady that does my feet detoxes, that's what her guides tell her that's coming. Yeah. They're there to support the vet and their caregiver, but seem to be non-existent. I just wish we could get and keep someone in that role who actually follows up with people. And what I told her was, they only get paid to say, we care about veterans. I knew a fucking nutritionist. She unfriended me last year. That's all right. I didn't really like her. She's married to a D-bag lawyer too. They're just, they're little twins, they're little silver spoons, She was a dietitian for the VA system. She would talk about how she made like $120,000 a year. That was 6 years ago. No, more than that. That was like 7-8 years ago. Right? It never goes to the people. It never goes to the people. It doesn't. It doesn't. And people, all these people that have, their mentality is, there's all these organizations that are made and put in place to help the people. So it's not my problem. What was it the Bible said? What was it? About taking care, are you your brother's, taking care of your brother? We your brother? Aren't we supposed to take care of everybody? Or are we just supposed to take care of people that look a certain way, Even if I saw some dumbass in a fucking Tesla that had a flat tire, I'd still stop and help him. Just because you don't agree with people, you still gotta help people. Yeah, they only care about, they said they only get paid to say we care about caregivers, not actually doing anything. It's a nightmare in Oregon, Arizona, and New Mexico too. And then you have other people, there's a spousal, see, that's what she's trying to get. There's a spousal caregiver allowance. See, all this something better than what is taken only just 250 years, a little shy of 250 years to crumble because of the fucking nastiness and the greed. Because my stuff is my stuff and your stuff is my stuff too. So anyway, if anybody knows of a little small 1-bedroom place with a fenced yard for me and Mom, I'd really appreciate it. I don't want to move anymore. And quite frankly, once we find our place, I think it might be time to frickin' end this channel. Maybe start something new. Because it hasn't grown much in 5 years. Every year I'm like, that big push for 1,000. Let's see if I can get 1,000. And it's just like, why do I try when there's just so little support in their world? There's just so many people that care about sports, their favorite sports team. Then the security and comfort of others. I don't know. All these people are afraid of death. I'm not afraid of death. I ain't never been afraid to die in my whole entire life. You go to heaven. There's no pain. It's a much better place. This place, life, it'll kill you. Life will kill you, man. And I have a spiritual discipline. I do all the things. Wants to sell the place we are at and we need to be out ASAP. Turn shit in it. Price twice as much because you put all that money into it. Do us a favor. Can you do us a favor? You scumbags? Could you leave it and just sell it as it is so maybe some of us can afford this shit? Could you? Could you do that? Could maybe you not upgrade your fucking Audi? Could maybe you do it like every 3 years instead of every 2? Or your Escalade or your freaking super fucking Range Rovers or whatever? Anyway, I think I'm about done. I just needed to get this stuff all out of my head. See, because mostly when people don't get this stuff out of their head, they carry it around with them, and it gnaws on them. It eats away at them. I already feel better. I don't even care if nobody's watching me. I don't care. I don't do this. Yeah, of course I do this, in case somebody out there, is going through a hard time. But it's also for me. Because people, I want to help teach people that it's okay to talk about how you feel, and it's okay to be aggressive, but you can't be violent. You can't it's okay to have a lot of masculine energy if you're a female, Let them call you names, People have been calling me names my whole life, Sometimes I wonder if I'm broken. Sometimes I wonder that because I didn't get that love, that care, that safety as a young human, as a baby, that I don't know if I'm going to be able to recognize it out in the world. Even if it came up and freaking ran into me. You know what I mean? Because I'm skittish. And even when people come forth toward me, I'm still like, what do you want? Well, is this going to be an exchange? Am I going to be in debt? Are you going to be in debt? People of a long time have made, more you keep track. You keep track. And I said, no, I don't keep track. I just recognize all the stuff I do for other people. And then these other people, when I need it, they ain't around. That ain't keeping track. It's just noticing energy of a one-way street, of a one-way flow. Yeah. But more and more people are going to start going through it. And once more people start going through it and they start hurting, growth happens through pain. It doesn't, people don't grow, and everything's great, everything's wonderful. Oh, they might think they've grown because they met her or him, They might think they've grown, but that's not, growth comes through struggle, life experience, Now, I've had a lot of fun times in life. I've had a lot of positive experiences. I've done a lot of things, I started taking myself and really started caring for myself about back in 2013 in a way I never did before. And now I'm getting hot. That's another thing that's really weird right now. I look at everything as energy. And I feel people's energy, and we're on ley lines, so everybody feels collection, on latitude, longitude, and stuff like that. So you're feeling stuff related to people on your same latitude and longitude, There's that collective energy. So like the last 2 nights since Sass freaking left, I haven't slept in I don't know how long. I don't know. I lost track of how many days I slept out here with Mom last night. I slept on the floor out here. I can't sleep on that freaking futon, man. My back kills me every time. And thank God she slept all the way through. That first night was hard. That first night was so hard. Yeah. You get through that too. Losing subs like the last 3 days, like people go, oh, she's crazy. What's crazy? I wish somebody could answer that for me. What's crazy? What is a crazy person? I've never hurt anybody, like been violent and hurt, I've never cheated on anybody that I ever cared, in a relationship. Never done anything like that. I care about people too much sometimes, and yet still even people that I love, they're like, Marge, well, you always been crazy, Marge. I'm like, I don't even know what that means, man. I don't even know what being crazy means, because when I always thought crazy was like when people like flip out and hurt people, And I've never done that, so I don't understand. Well, it's more of this stuff that doesn't make any sense. Cognitive dissonance on the planet today. So, what else? I don't even know. It was Friday. I think it's Friday. All the time is just so weird. I didn't put the garbage out, But thank God the garbage man didn't show up. So nobody got their garbage picked up. So I put the garbage out late, and then it still got picked up. So that was kind of a cool thing. And Astorias of accentuating more on the positivity. The synchronicities are really on point. And synchronicities are what I use as little hints from God universe. Let me know. It's like, it's going to be okay, Marge. It's going to be okay. And it's been happening a lot. The congruence between, like, I'll be listening to you YouTube talk. This is what happens more often than anything. I'll be listening to a YouTube talk, and like the person will be using an analogy that's happening on the TV. It's a trip. It's a trip. Or analogy on TV. A Chinese scientist in Missouri admitted stealing a secret algorithm from Monsanto to pass to Beijing. Oh, people are too worried about having secrets. Then people trading secrets. He worked in Monsanto in Missouri, the big M, in Missouri from 2008 to 2017. He stole the algorithm before leaving and planned to pass it to China. I don't even know if that stuff doesn't even matter. Everybody. Oh, that tennis guy? That tennis guy that is like... Oh, I don't know if that's the same tennis guy. That's Albert Pike. They're all Satan worshipers. U.S. government sues Georgia auto repair shop that dumped more than 91,000 pennies in a former employee's driveway. See, government uses its resources for shit like that. And that, as far as that freaking ritual thing that they did on D.C., the people that run this country are Satan. They may not be Satan worshipers. They might be. Maybe it's Moloch. Maybe it's Baal or whatever that guy's name is. It doesn't matter. They're not worshiping the same God. Our God, Jesus Christ. What are the 10 Commandments? It's like, you don't be a douche. And everybody that's in the administration, they're all being douches. They're all being douches. So... that tells me they are not above, you know? The douche, I just fucking hate douchey people, man. Douchey people are people that only fucking care about themselves. You know? Put me in Congress. Let me have a conversation with those motherfuckers. They wouldn't, because I would cuss them out. I would cuss the entire Congress out. And make no mistake, everything I say on here... ask anybody that fucking knows me. Does Marge a total asshole like that in real life? Does she just speak her mind everywhere? Fucking A. Ask the dude that took a piss on the fence in the backyard of the coffee shop last week that I saw. Ask him. And that's what's funny, is because I will do it to a motherfucker that is like 6'6" too. I don't give a fuck. Drive me into the ground. Beat me up. Punch me, abuse me. You're more of the same. You know? Oh, thank you, Landatin. I appreciate you for saying so. I thought I was talking to myself here. This is just more of a therapy session for me, honestly. You know, I was just like, I need to do a talk this morning because, like, in the evening, I get tired. You know, we get wore down. Well, thank God Mom slept last night, you know. And we gotta... it's just one day at a time. It's just one day at a time. It's just one day at a time. That's all that it is. And I know more and more people feel like me. They just want to put up a brave front. They just want to put up a brave front and let people know that they're stronger than they are. You know, all the while inside they're crumbling. You know, they're really struggling. Huh? I've seen this country freaking go down the toilet my whole life. You know, based on things that have happened to me and things that I've seen, and just go, that's not how it is. People always try to tell you how something is, how a situation is. Oftentimes, what they are telling you and how it really is not the same thing. Why is it that people can go live in an old folks home, you know, and Social Security will say, you know, oh, well, it's not going to you. You're not going to go on vacation with money or anything. So if the old folks home designates that it costs $4,000 a month to take care of the elder, you know, Social Security will pay that, right? But, you know, for me and my mom, you know, she don't live in an old folks home because I care enough about her to love her as long as I can. And so she ain't going to go to one of those. And she's less than freaking worth less than $750 a month. Yeah. And rents are like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, stuff like that. Really? Yeah. Maybe I should just get a trailer and then buy the property and strip the world away so that the world can't be stripped away from me. Maybe I should just do that. Because I could do that. I could buy a piece of... But I really don't want to haul water. And there's no electricity. And it's just a bunch of more problems. Now, maybe if I had a bunch of people around to help, that would be, you know... But heck, maybe I could just reach out to all these homeless people all over the world, people looking for a place, and just say, hey, maybe we could just all put our resources together. But you know what? The systems that are in place, they aren't even designed to allow people to do things like that. Yeah. The system is made to hinder, not help. It's made to hinder. I remember when state employees were like, oh, man, they don't get paid very much and stuff like that. Now, I know state employees in fucking California, families of 4, 2 state employees, double stacked. 10 days in Hawaii at Christmas? Oh, I thought the world was shutting down again. But you must have got a waiver or a pass or something. Oh, no, you took them all. Y'all took them all. Is that what you did? They're all evil, man. And see, you know how I know what evil is? I've had evil thoughts. Everybody has evil thoughts. People, I want to be that's why I try so hard to be a decent person, because my natural inclination is to just be a dick. Because how many times you be nice to people, you don't get your way. You don't get what you need in life when you're nice to people. When I go into a place and I'm like, hi, how you doing? You know, when I'm like that, I have to get angry. I have to get mad before people give me my way. I'm trying not to live that way. I don't want to get mad. It tenses me up. It harms my body. I don't want to get mad. Yeah, this world's priorities are all askew. But wait till the hour drop. I always picture that, Days of Our Lives. I just saw that. I used to watch that when I was a little girl. I used to watch soap operas. Like, I'm talking like preschool and stuff like that. I don't remember Bo and what was her name? Bo and what was their couple name? On Days of Our Lives, I can't remember. Kristen Alfonso is her real name. I can't remember either. Anyway, after like 37 years or something like that, on Days of Our Lives, she finally left. Because they were leaving. I don't even think it's on mainstream anymore. Anyway, so I used to watch a lot of soap operas and stuff when I was a kid, and fantasy and all that stuff. That's the thing. I had to learn how to not live in fantasy. Because it's all I wanted to do. I wanted to escape. And life is ugly. Life is dark. And just because the majority of the people on the planet are not touched by it, they don't believe it exists. And then you have us that have been caused harm time and time again, that are just trying to hang on to any semblance of freaking serenity, you know. They're all the words, because they're twisted, man. Think about the ego. If people think in just psychological terms, the ego is what drives your self-will. And when people don't have any emotional control, you know, people don't even have the control to keep the spoon out of their mouth. I don't eat when I'm stressed. I eat when I'm happy. When life is good, I'll eat. And that's when I put on my weight. Yeah. But it just made, people. I had a PE teacher, though, Mrs. Minifee. She drove into our brains, though, like the importance of physical fitness and exercise and all that stuff. Or maybe I was just susceptible to it and I was just eager to listen and pick up on it, I'm like, where's the precedence about fitness? They don't put the precedence about fitness. Even when I was in the Air Force, like, we're in maintenance, we're a bunch of mechanics. Mechanics aren't fucking runners. Wrench turners, we don't run. So, but we still did our PT, but sometimes we wouldn't do it. There'd be like days we wouldn't do it, but, and they got a club. You can get kicked out of the Air Force if you're too fat. So, what else? The song play. It's not the piano song, but it's another one. I'm kind of zoning out on it. I've been talking for too long, running my mouth. But people are waking. I mean, everybody has their own path, I need to learn to be more sympathetic for where people are in their journey. That's what I need to do. I'm not. I'm just like, sometimes I'm not. But the egomaniac, when people don't have any discipline, people just go around doing whatever they want to do all the time. They just totally negate that little voice that says, don't do that. That's not good. And then when the ego goes, when it just like, oh, well, nothing's going to stop me. I can do whatever I want. Then what people start doing is they'll let you see their grossness. They'll show you your grossness. And all these secret societies and stuff like that. It doesn't matter if it's the Masons, this is the fucking Bros Club, all these secret societies, that are telling you that are it's creating all this, oh, we're going to do this to help. Like DC, it's not the left and right. It's a circle of greed. And it's like DC's like has like it's like the head it's like the capital of demonic now, And more and more people are starting to see it. More and more people, they're starting to figure it out. But still, people like their creature comforts. So they're going to still live for those systems because they still want their lavish lifestyles. And then I look at the turnover. I look at how many people. Hell, Mom, we're close to Mexico. Maybe we should just go live in Mexico. Nah. It's right there. Hell, all the Mexicans are coming in here. They want to come here. I don't know why. This country's going to shit. But there's more millionaires than there's ever been in the history of the world. Millionaires and billionaires. Right? But their shit is their shit. Huh? And there's organizations and there's people that are nonprofits and all that stuff that are created to help society. Yet the cracks of society keep getting wider and these people keep getting richer and buying more expensive cars and more houses all over the place just in the name of helping others. If anybody, I'm going to put this call out there. If anybody has ever been helped in a positive way by any organization, nonprofit, otherwise, please let me know. I would like to know what that organization is. But it sure as hell isn't Corp USA, man. Nope. I'm not sad about them. I'm not sad about it. I'm not sad about frickin' this nation crumbling, man. I'm not sad about it at all. It's not my nation. My nation is Turtle Island. That's my nation. My land was the land before they took this place and did all their gross stuff with it for money. And money isn't even real. That is what just kills me, man. Money isn't even real. But some people get it and some people don't. Based on their chart, I guess. Anyway. What else, Ma? How are you doing today, Ma?
I'm very well today.
You're very well? Your moccasins are adorable. We were dancing this morning. Huh? We were dancing this morning. And it was kind of cool because we were watching that episode of Northern Exposure, and Ed was having Joel, Dr. Fleischman. I'm being a Fleischman. That's what I'm doing. I recognize it. I'm being a Joel Fleischman. I watch shows. I watch it. And I'm like, oh, I act like him sometime. You know, and then I go out in the world and I see how other people act like that. I'm like, you're being a Fleischman too, right? He's just kind of a little bitch. But I can recognize when I'm being a little bitch. It takes one to know one. So anyway, Ed wanted Joel to come visit his uncle. We started it over, so we're back in season 1. And in season 6, Satan was on it. The devil was a character in it too in season 6. That was kind of interesting. But season 1, and the uncle was telling Joel, he was like, have you, he had prostate cancer, and he was teaching him how to dance to stay healthy. And I was like, Mom! I went and got my speaker. I stopped the music, put on the album. I'm like, why haven't we been doing that the whole time? We should have been doing that this whole year. So what I recognize is happening with me is I was heavily programmed too. I was heavily integrated into society, that drive to be successful and climb up some sort of something of success in the eyes of others. But then when I stopped and I started looking around at the people that were giving each other kudos, I thought to myself, these aren't people that I respect. I don't need a combination in kudos from people that I have no respect for. Because these people aren't stand-up people like I am. Because they don't have enough courage to go out on their own and do their own thing. Because they're too busy just doing their job. So what are you going to do? Yeah, so anyway, so what I've recognized in myself is when I get frustrated, when I'm irritable, when I'm discontent, the reality of the situation is that is me hanging on to my 3D world of the ideas that I wanted to do, I wanted to do that, and I wanted to have it. I want to take care of Mom and still make my pet and still do all, and I keep trying to create a world that's comfortable for me and Mom. Now, if my ideas aren't in line with spirit gods, higher powers, universe, whatever you want to call it, God, Jesus Christ, whatever, if it's not in alignment, it's not going to turn out that way. It's not going to turn out for me. So I got to do my daily diligence. Not be a dick even when I really want to, and I can't. And some days, I am. Some days I'm a total jerk, and it freaking comes back to me. And then the next day I'll try again. Just try again. Just keep trying, right? That's all I can do is keep trying. Maybe, but so when I find that I am irritable and discontent, a lot of that is from me hanging on to my desire, that drive, that isn't even my drive. It's what other people told me I needed to do. I didn't fucking want to go to college. I didn't want to go in the Air Force to go to college. I didn't want to do that. But that's what my brother told me. Captain Program. He's still in the Guard as far as I know. That was 89. That was 1989. And you know what? He beat my ass after that. After learning his military bearing. Freaking slammed my head into the ground. And then he made me drive home from Sacramento to Redding. Probably had a concussion, man. That's how I know who these people are. That's what I know. Like an abuser, I can stand next to somebody and be like, dude, even if he's never hit his wife, the day will come. I know an abuser, man. That's probably because I can read, and I would, maybe one day I should do a live and take my commentary out, and I can read people and like show people what I do. I read people. I'm a people reader, and a lot of times people are, people are really easy to read, cause like you have all the things that people do that don't give a shit about themselves, all the behaviors that they do. So every time I see a person that clearly doesn't give a shit about themselves, that tells me a lot. Oh, okay. Well, you don't give a shit about yourself, so you sure as fuck aren't going to give a shit about me. So we probably don't have too much in common, huh? Good day. Good day. Every now and again, you see somebody that cares about themselves. They're put together. They got a nice smile. Spend some time with them. Do they care about, is there a balance in them? Do they care about as much about other people as they do themselves? But what we're seeing is these people, they just care about themselves. When people care about themselves, they're too busy thinking about themselves. There's no room for others. There is no room for other people, for cares and concerns. And I am really over this thoughts and prayers. Do you know? I put stuff on Facebook, like when I need a place to live for me and mom and the dogs. Anybody help me? Oh, thoughts and prayers. But they know somebody and they know like 4 people that have places, but, it's not a good fit, Who the fuck are you to determine? Fuck your thoughts and prayers. These thoughts and prayers, Thoughts and prayers. I'm telling you. God. At least my eyes don't hurt today. This is the first day in 3 days. And I'm just saying, when I say that, I'm just saying people that can help people that don't, People don't like to be inconvenienced. And helping people, it's a big inconvenience. But when people are inconvenienced, at least you're not thinking about yourself, huh? Yeah, because somebody always has it worse, man. Somebody always has it worse. That's why I'm like, Marge, don't bitch too much. Don't gripe too much. Don't complain too much. Because somebody always has it worse. I get carried away. What can I do? I know my personal defect. I know my character defects. I know them. I know my character defects. I know every single one of them. That's why I'm not going out tomorrow, because I know my character defects. And I know the astrology. And I know my astrology. Tomorrow's going to be a highfalutin feudin' day. And my stomach hurts. Mom's laughing. Falutin feudin'. Highfalutin feudin'. Feudin'? Is that a tongue twister, Mom? Yeah. Oh, that's speaking of getting out more. I got an idea. I'm gonna get Mom some sunglasses. I'm gonna get her some sunglasses, and then I'm gonna see if I can get her out of the house to go on some drive up the mountain and stuff like that. Oh, that's fun. Wouldn't that be cool, Mom?
Yeah, that would be fun. And we'll take the camera.
Yeah, we'll take the camera. Yeah, it'll be good.
We have a good relationship.
Ahmad, I was thinking about you yesterday. What's going on in Toronto, man?
Where does he live?
He's up in Toronto, Canada. Yeah, I was watching a video that Zach Hubbard posted yesterday, because there's these ideologies. It's this whole world of ideologies, right? Like, and in particular, the one I'm thinking of in particular is that the Earth is a globe, but you have this whole percentage of the population that has been presented data in a way that makes them so wholeheartedly believe that the Earth is flat.
Oh, wow.
The flat earthers. Yeah. So, but Zach posted a video last night. It was somebody else's video. He shared it about this guy, and he was on was that Lake Ontario? Is that I don't know my Michigan lakes. I used to. Huron. I know, but whatever is one away from Toronto.
Oh, further across.
Yeah, it's like 29 miles from Toronto. Of course, they'll tell you it's 33 because the Masons. Anyway, but he made a valid point, is that it has one of the greatest skylines in the world.
Oh, really?
Toronto, it's has all these tall buildings and stuff, right? And when you're on the bank, the opposite bank, 20 miles away on the U.S. side in New York, and you look across, you can only see the tops of the tall buildings.
Oh.
If the Earth was flat, you would be able to see all of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, Ahmad, I was thinking about you yesterday. Hope you're doing good. Yep. I get compliments on my shoes every time I wear them. I don't wear them in the winter, though, because I don't want to wreck them. I already stepped in a mud puddle in them once and was like, Marge, that's why you can't ever have anything nice. I'm one of those, you know how they talk about man-childs? I'm a girl child. I'm a girl child. I am never going to grow up. I am almost 50 years old, and I will still act out and throw a tantrum if somebody is being a fool, just to show them how they're being a fool. Like if someone's being a fool in public, I will do what they're doing, and I will magnify it just so they can see what they look like. Absolutely. You're struggling with work? Oh, are you still doing construction, my friend? Oh, yeah, I didn't know you went to Ecuador.
Where's that?
Ecuador's, and you should have stopped by, man. New Mexico, Ecuador. Yeah, we're on the way. Homie, you gotta freaking find what you like doing. You can't work for you don't got that kind of spirit, man. You're a Libra. You can't work for somebody else, man. It's hard for Libras to work for somebody else unless they're given the free reign to make it how they want. That's my understanding.
Very independent people.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable. So, yeah, people are finding their, and I would like to see a world without borders. I really would. People wouldn't want to have a desire to come here so much if they could. You know it? It's because they can't, is why they want to. How many people in life have I gotta fight myself to be that person, not be that. People tell me not to do something. How has that ever worked out in my life, Ma?
That hasn't worked out well.
For anybody that has ever told me to freaking be something or not be something. That's why my brother and I don't have a relationship. I still hear it. Every time I have a conversation with him, I'll say something and he'll go, no, it's not like that. He'll contradict it. So that is, I hate when people tell me what I believe isn't real.
Or what you can or can't do.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to know where he lives or send my niece presents because I called him a fucking piece of shit because he said I hadn't worked in 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
He said I hadn't worked in 2 years. I call him a fucking piece of shit because I've been taking care of Mom, and he's like, I decided when I was a young kid that when I grew up I wasn't going to help either of my parents. That's what he decided, He's got that Quentin Tarantino mentality, And then they tell us we're stuck in the past. But they're behaving today in ways based on, people tell us how they are. They tell us how they are. Maybe it's me because I'm Heyoka. Maybe people just tell me how they are. Maybe people don't tell other people. Maybe it's just me. It could be just me. But I've had the things that people have said to me in my life, I'm just like, unbelievable, man. So many spiteful people. No, I didn't get any email from you, homie. Just send it to straight people like rainbows2@gmail. I don't remember, honestly. I'm also M.A. Hessick at not Hotmail anymore. I can't get into that account after 20-something years. I think it's because I called freaking, I don't know, probably has something to do with me trashing Bill Gates. He's such a scumbag. Microsoft operating system shit anyway. Dude was like these people that are handed stuff, man. Handed stuff. If people hand me something, oh God, world, what I will do to show you what people can do. That's what I live to do, is I live to be an example of how people can be. People don't want to be like me, though. People want to be more controlled, more reserved, more calculated, more cunning. And I'm more just honest. I'm not trying to get nothing over on anybody. I just want more and more people to help people. That's all. That's all I want to do. You were in Ecuador for the autumn equinox doing ceremonies. I bet that was freaking wild. Wow. See, and how can people go back to a regular job after having life experiences like that? See, it's having life experiences like that that get people to see that all this other stuff is nonsense. you know? But I've always thought this stuff was nonsense. You know, sitting there, 15-year-old kid, you know, riding into the ambulance. Doctor says, call all the family that you have. She's probably not going to make it through the night. I look at 15-year-old kids now, and I handle it like a champ, man. I handle it like a fucking adult. You know, I didn't, mommy. I didn't break, you know, help me do all that stuff. I didn't do that. I handled it like a freaking champ. I even yelled at the freaking nurse because she said my mother was probably just another one of those junkies from Central Valley when my mom doesn't do drugs. Never has. I've only seen her drink one time. She doesn't like it. I've been trying to get her do cannabis my whole life, you know. She won't even smoke a doobie. Nope. She likes to be clear-minded. You were on the latitude you were at the zero. He was on the 0 latitude and longitude for the autumn equinox.
Oh, really?
See, that's the kind of shit I would do if I was single and, you know, well, I am single. If I was unattached, that's the kind of stuff I would do too. You know? That'd be cool. Well, I'm also at mahessick@gmail. Was Hotmail, Gmail, and Outlook. I got a lot of emails.
Well, you carry all that up in here, too.
Yeah, well, being IT, technology and all, being versed in that realm. I'm going to finish up on this because I'm over an hour now. Yep, this is the longest talk I've ever done. Thank you, Ma. I appreciate that. People are coming into I lost it.
It'll come back.
Because I derailed myself with the longest talk. I don't like to do talks too long because that's my ego.
That's your ego talking?
It's my ego. Because if I can't say what I need to say in 20 minutes, you know, or a half hour, but evidently I need to get this stuff out. And a lot of this stuff I say for other people too, because I know other people are going through crap.
So many people don't address it, though.
And they stuff it. And I don't want to die of freaking liver or cancer or freaking these unhealthy, healthy, that I could have just, you know. But whenever my faith gets bigger than my... Oh, that's what it was. Gantt charts.
What?
Gantt charts. I look a Gantt chart. That's what I was going to talk about. Gantt charts.
I didn't know what they are.
It's I'll show you, Mom. Here. No, this is not the kind of Gantt chart.
There are different kinds.
Hold on. I misspoke. It's not a Gantt chart. Wrong chart, Ma.
Okay.
Flow chart.
Flow chart.
Flow chart. A flow chart, it looks like this. I'm going to show you, then I'll show them. Okay? Looks like that. All right?
From starting from the
It starts here and it has all these steps.
Oh.
Okay? And I look at everything with flow charts as a flow chart. Everything. I look at everything as a flow chart. It's a trip how my brain works. Now this is a flow chart, for example. Okay? I look at personalities as flow charts. All right? Now this flow chart, for example, it has all the steps of a procedure. Okay? I remember this because when I was in like 3rd grade, 2nd grade, we had to write instructions on how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And then the teacher would read the instructions and it would make it all kinds of mess because of the perception and what the kids were actually writing, stuff like that, right? So flow charts. So this one, it's like, it starts, that's what a flow chart looks like. And this, it's just a random one. It's like, start, power on, scan environment, generate map and location, plan route. This, I guess it's a GIS or GS. Oh, fucking God. It's one of those map programs. And then it says, oh, you don't need to see it. It says plan route. And then if it has all this stuff it'll need, it'll go and it'll plan the route. And if something's void, it'll go on to something else, right?
Oh, really?
Right? Well, I look at it as people like that, right? Okay, so say a situation happens, all right? Say like, let me think of a situation that happened that I can draw on, experience that I can actually draw on of and by myself. Because, well, I think about like I grew up in Northern California. We moved up there when I was a week after my 5th birthday, somewhere around there. And we, oh, I'm getting cold. Ice is snowing.
It's ice is snowing? It's snowing?
Yeah. And when you have people that have always been in the same place, pretty much they're all going to behave the same. Pretty much. Like in same environment, you know? Like you have people that go to the same school, you know, they're taught the same lessons. They're going to go out in the world and they're going to have the same belief systems. We have this person that went to this school up here and they were taught this. We have this person down here in Southern California, same state. And both of these people, you know, yeah.
Different location.
Yeah, and then they meet. And this, you know, the people in Southern California, no, this is how it is. And the people, no, this is how it is. But I read it in a book. No, I read it in a book. You know what? I was related to one of those people that wrote those books, those textbooks. They're all stories, man. He who wins write the history books. Yeah. It's all a club. It's all a racket, man. We aren't told truth. That's why so many people are starving for truth, because everybody knows what a lie is. Starting with Santa Claus. Everybody does. I know what a lie feels like. I think people like it, like don't want to. I've been there. That girl that I liked, you know, I didn't want to believe that she, you know, she'd sleep with my roommate, Tanis, you know. Didn't want to believe. Oh, no, that's not what's happening. They're probably playing checkers or something, you know. We lie to ourselves. Huh? But once you know the truth always comes out. But always. And once people can get that vibrational frequency, once you can feel truth, and once you can feel a lie,